Hey you guys, welcome back to Libro Review. I'm feeling very nice and I'm sending a lot of hugs and positivity to all of you. In today's video, I'm going to be stacking or ranking each book in the series of Harry Potter, which book I liked the most till which book I liked the least. If you want to start with the stacking already, go ahead, skip to that part, but let me just explain why I did not upload last week. So last week I made a stupid choice which completely ruined my entire week, which is crazy. So what exactly happened is that it was around 1 or 2 a.m. and I'm PMSing right now and I'm like really hungry. I want to eat the whole world, okay? And I was like really hungry and I went to the kitchen and I was like, ooh, let's see what there is to eat. And there were chips and then there was this puri and sabzi that my mom made, and I was like, if I'm already eating at night, let me just make a healthy choice, and instead of eating chips, and anyhow I don't prefer chips, I don't like chips a lot, let me just have the puri sabzi, it's completely fine. And then I had it, and then the next day at around 7 I woke up and I was like feeling weird and I was like, why am I feeling like this? And then within 2 minutes there was projectile vomiting. Started vomiting like crazy. So I basically got a stomach infection because apparently that puri and sabzi was not, like, it was stale. So one poor decision on my part kind of like ruined the whole week. So I was not well for the whole week last week, which is why there were no videos, but I am healthy, fit and fine. Thank you so much for your messages on Instagram. I got a lot of messages and you guys are so kind and sweet. It is so good to see that when you're like sick and stuff. And right now I am back and I'm very excited about this video because I wanted to do it since so long. Like last week I wanted to do this video and the wrap-up video. The wrap-up video will come on Saturday and I'm doing this video today and I'm like really happy. That's enough with the chattering and life update. Let's begin the video. The book that I will rank number 1 in the entire series that I liked is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, which is number 2 in the entire series. The reason for this is because this is the book that actually made me fall in love with the entire series. I read the first part and it was nice and it was building up and all that stuff. Okay, good. That did not really hold that level of emotional value for me. It felt like a children's book to me and I wasn't completely invested till I picked up this book. Oh my good lord, like this book is so emotional, and no spoilers, but everything that happens with each and every character, especially like really special characters of Hagrid and Dumbledore and Harry Potter himself, like this is the first year after the build up where Harry is in the magical world and you get to see his experiences and how he's coping up with all this new information that he has about himself, and it's very emotional. It touched my heart and I was completely invested into Harry Potter after this book. The second favorite is the 4th book in this series, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This book has the Triwizard Tournament, which is this huge tournament held in Hogwarts, and Harry Potter somehow gets into it. It is a deadly tournament and obviously the book is connecting to the entire story of Harry Potter versus Voldemort and everything, but apart from that it is like a book in its own because you get to see all the difficulties that all the members have to go through. 1, 2, you get introduced to many other characters which are like really special. They do have a place in your heart even if they may not be the main characters. For example, Cedric. Actually, if I think about it, I'll just go like, ugh. But if you've read the book and you know what I'm talking about, like you know what I'm talking about, Cedric happens in this book and I'm like, so like it's a really nice book and it's really fun. It has that adrenaline rush and I love it. The 3rd best book from the series is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I loved this book so much, like so much. The first 2 books hold too much of value in my heart. That's the reason they're first 2, but if they were not there, this would be first because so fast paced and it gets so dark all of a sudden, and everything that happens with Harry and Dumbledore, oh my god, this was the most gripping book in the entire series, okay? Like, and it was a mix. One of the book in the series has mysteries, one of the book in the series has adrenaline rush, one of the book in the series has a lot of emotions, and this book was the mix of everything. It was like the thing that you have right before the ending, and oh my god, I really liked how fast paced it was. I also really liked how they explored the emotional side of like all the characters, their love life, everything in this book, and it just grips your heart, you know. Like when you finish this book and then only the last book is left, you realize that, oh shit, you know, you have to live in this real world now. And this book has that effect on you. Like I was very scared that I would not like the last 2 books, but that was not true. I also think that because I read Order of Phoenix before this, and Order of Phoenix was a little boring for me, this book seemed a little more fast paced than it would have if I did not read Order of Phoenix first. But whatever it is, I love this book. Ugh. Fourth would actually be a confusion between Prisoner of Azkaban and Deathly Hallows. Now here's the thing, Deathly Hallows is the finale, like it's the last book, and it's kind of obvious that I will like the book, you know, because the ending was nice and I cannot rate it as like the book that I liked the least or something like that. Apart from that, this book was again so nice. There are so many mysteries, and this is where you start to be like, oh my god, like there are so many twists that are happening along the way. Harry Potter is a good series, isn't it? Talking about this right now is just making me realize how much I miss Harry Potter, because since a few days I've been reading other books and I was completely out of the Harry Potter zone. But right now talking about it, I'm like, oh my god, I remember Prisoner of Azkaban. I think this was the book that I read in, I don't know, did I read it fast or not, because it was so interesting, so freaking interesting. And the character introduced in this part, Sirius Black, oh my god, like if you've not read the series, you are not going to get what I'm saying, but if you have read the series, you know what I'm talking about. Sirius Black has like this huge impact on the entire series. I will not give you a spoiler, but he gets introduced in this book. Azkaban gets introduced in this book. The Expecto Patronum, the very famous spell we have of Harry Potter, he learns it in this book. There's a lot of emotional value with Harry and his parents. Like it's such an all-rounder book, but it has a lot of mysteries and stuff, and it is also slightly dark. Like this is where the darkness starts. The first 2 books does not have a lot of darkness, so I really liked this book. So I'm gonna rate this as like the 4th book that I like, and then this is the book that I like 5th. Now again, it's obvious that I love the book, and I am not like ranking it 5th because I did not like the book or something. I really love it. The ending is good of Harry Potter, but I had to do justification to all these books, which is why I did not rate this like number 1, 2 or 3 or whatever. So we are gonna rate this number 5. Number 6, we have the first book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, because it was the first book and the world was being set up and it felt like a children's book. I'm repeating myself over here. That is the reason it is not my most favorite book. But when you look back at it, so any movie, any series, especially if you're watching, which is a long series, if you have watched Naruto, if you have watched Lucifer, the first season of anything is not the best. When you start to walk on the path of your own growth, the first season is not good. It gets better in the future, and that's the reason you keep on going. But once you reach like that end point, for example in series, if you reach like the 4th, the 5th or the 6th season, or when it's about to end, and you just think of how it all started, you actually do like it. And that is the kind of feeling that I have for this book. I'm rating it 6th because again, those books are just like really good. It was only the setup, and while I was reading it, I was not very excited. But looking back at my entire experience with Harry Potter, this book is very close to my heart. So number 6. I don't know how many people are going to come at me for this. But the last book, which I did not like, so that's the reason it's the last, it's Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix. You guys, okay, see, it's the thickest book. I actually thought it will be like the most important book in the entire series, and I know that it has like a lot of important information and it builds up, and again, when you are done with the series, you realize how much you need this book, which is why I say I don't hate it. Like, you know, I'm not like, ooh, why is it there in the entire series? It's not like that. But while I was reading it, I did get bored, like, and Harry was like angry the whole freaking time, and you have to read all of it. Like, you have to read every single tantrum he's throwing on like other people and how mad he is all the time, and it's all justified obviously. But like, when you don't know everything that is going on, you know, reading all of that stuff does bore you. So I did get a little bored when I was reading it. Also because it's the thickest book, like if it could be a little more fast paced, I think I would enjoy it a lot. Harry Potter series is perfection. I do not want to change anything, but I do think that there are some characters that did not get recognition, and I feel like given that this is kind of like the 5th book, it's like in the middle somewhere and stuff, those characters could have gotten the recognition. For example, Ginny, they could have done so much with Ginny. They could have done so much with Ron. Like Ron is one of the main characters, but he has too much potential as a character that has not been explored. They could do so much with him, and I do think that this book could be used to get into the lives of these characters, but that did not happen. So that is kind of like a that is the reason it is my least favorite book from the series, but of course I do like it. So in the end, this is how it goes. Instead of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, it's going to be 2 4 6 3 7 1 5. I did not expect it to be like so blah, but it is like that. But what an experience. Now the spoiler free review is already there on my channel, you can go and check it out, but with the spoilers, like my true reactions and everything, I've noted them down, and I still have to shoot the video. I would shoot it last week, but let's see when I shoot it this week, or even if I shoot it this week, it will come out next weekend. This is not something you care about, do you? My posting schedule. But all I want to say is that the video is going to come soon, so do stay tuned. If you have any other Harry Potter related content idea, you can put it in the description and I will check it out, because I love making content around Harry Potter. It's like so much fun, because I feel like I am not out of the world yet, you know, like being with you guys, talking about Harry Potter in the comment section, it makes me feel like I'm not out of the world of Harry Potter yet, and that's like the best feeling ever. I do not want to get cut off from Harry Potter at all. So that is it, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye.